What was your first choice of drug?
Cocaine.
First time?
First time. Well, to me, the first time it felt like a relief, but when I took a hit, it went through my brain cells, and that shit relieved every pain and depression, everything in life. But that was just one time. And you still try to chase that one time and never could get that same time again. So you stuck with addiction. That's all I can say.
So it's just like an ongoing.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. But you got to wiggle your way out of it. You got to know which way, somehow to get back.
That's exclusive. He is 6'6", and he's a gentle giant who is in active addiction. But one of the things I've noticed, one of the great things, is that he's a loving person. Join me today as I talk with him and take a seat at the curb. Welcome to a Seat at the Curb podcast. I'm Yulon Jones. Each episode, we are together. You will get a great opportunity to hear what it feels like from a homeless perspective. To be lost, to be broken, to be mentally ill. The ones with no voice, the ignored, the ones who are walked on, trampled on, and passed by. Today we'll get to listen to Exclusive and how he tells his story about wanting community and wanting to feel loved. Where you from?
I'm from Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. So what was it like growing up in what they call Brick City?
To me, it was all love. I grew up in Academy Spas on 1st Street, and it was like going to school with your whole family. You know what I mean? And I just loved it.
What was a typical day?
Typical day. It was amusement park in my complex. Everybody had fun. Once you got in between that gate, it was on. You know what I mean? Outside the gate, you got to be aware.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
All right. So, Mom, where's Mom?
Mom is in Greensboro, North Carolina. Trying to get there. But I'm going through obstacles with housing. I put myself in a situation where I owe back rent. So I'm working on that right now. So that's my main obstacle right now. Just work on the back rent and get my Section 8 and I'm gone.
Okay. All right. As a kid, man, tell me what happened. Like what was the term? What was the term that everything wasn't such an amusement park anymore?
Well, when my life term is when my friend got hit by a car and the car rolled back on him, it paralyzed him. It was an older gentleman at the time, and he was like my oldest brother. And I went to visit him in Queens in the hospital, and when I visited him, he said, "Man, you owe me a favor." And I said, "What's that?" He said, "When you come and visit me next time, bring a knife with you and stab me. Because he can't live like this, and he'll never pick up his son," and that shit fucked with me. You heard me? Because he was there for me when I needed him. He helped my mom pay for her back rent. You know what I mean? And I consider that was my role model. And that accumulated me to start using drugs. You know what I mean? The emptiness. He'd pick me up every day, take me with him, take me shopping. We had shit to do every day. You know what I mean? And this was a gentleman from Queens. And Chris, may he rest in peace. But he was a good guy.
So he was like your brother, best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I called him, he was there. It was no problem. But, that took a toll of me.
What was your first choice of drug?
Cocaine.
What was that like? First time.
First time. Well, to me, the first time it felt like a relief. But when I took a hit, it went through my brain cells, and that shit relieved every pain and depression, everything in life. But that was just one time. And you still try to chase that one time and never could get that same time again. So you stuck with addiction. That's all I can say.
So it's just like an ongoing.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
Yeah. But you got to wiggle your way out of it. You got to know which way, somehow to get back.
When did crime start?
My crime started at the age of 18. My first felony offense was robbery. I was supposed to rob the nun. Never in my life rob a nun. Anybody, but I was charged with that. And I took a plea because it wouldn't have looked right in trial.
So wait, you said a nun.
A nun.
That was your first
robbery. I got a robbery charge. I supposed to took a pocketbook. Never took the lady pocketbook. I said, Miss, if you believe in God, God will tell you I ain't take your pocketbook. But I never took the lady pocketbook. I ended up copping out to three years probation. But that's where the criminal shit started happening from that.
It sent you to the county, or you said you?
I went to the county with a $250 bail. Couldn't make it. They sent me to prison with a 4 flat. You know what I mean? Bottom line, we ain't gonna sugarcoat it.
Mm-hmm. What was prison like?
Prison was like all big brothers. To me, it was because I was a kid at the time. It was like a whole bunch of units full of big brothers. And if you was from certain hoods, you was respected. Certain hoods don't get respect. I don't know why we all black.
Mm-hmm. What about Dad?
Dad was around, but Dad was making babies. You heard me? As a kid, I didn't understand. As a man, I understand. You know what I mean? Responsibilities catch up, and then when you get older, you realize that you made mistakes, and it's hard to get fix the mistakes because you on your way out of here. You hear me? I'm the oldest. I'm left with headaches and attitudes. People I don't even know they're supposed to be my brothers and sisters. So that's an obstacle I got to deal with. That's life on life terms.
Got you. What was some of the worst stuff that happened to you being outside, being in the street?
Well, as a kid, nothing really made me. But here, as an older man in Syracuse, I was picking up cans in the square, and 3 kids was pouring trash on a homeless guy on the bench. So I said something, and they told me to mind my business. I said, that is my business. What if it was vice versa? And somehow they all locked their arms together. 2 of them had knives, and 1 of them had a pipe, and they just started welling on me. I got stuck in the jugular vein twice. I bled well over 55 minutes. I into the ambulance, slide the door back, got me 2 gauze and 3 of them Q-tips and stuck it in my neck because the ambulance man said he couldn't stop the bleeding. Tell that to the police, which he ain't no medical doctor. So, that was like the dangerous thing in my life. I left the door unlocked for me to go and pick up cans, and all I wanted to do was make it home and tell my mother I love her. That was it.
You miss your mom?
I miss my mom. Hell yeah. My mom been gone my mom ain't deceased or nothing, but my mom is out of town, and she been gone for 2 years, damn near 3. That's how my mind slipped that quick. I didn't know she gone that quick. For real, seemed like yesterday she gone, but she been gone damn near 3 years. But this is what the drugs do to people.
You want to be sober?
I want to be sober, live a normal life, have kids, which I don't have. You know what I mean? 53, shit, I might be busting nuts at 73. You don't know if I'll be here. But I'm happy. I walk on faith every day, and I believe in the Lord. That's all I need to know.
That's cool, man. Like, does it get lonely out here?
It gets lonely, but if you be out in a spot for so many years, people know who you are. And I know I'm not a fucked up individual. Put it like that. I ain't got to wash my back because I bust somebody in the head today. No, I ain't got to do none of that. You know, everybody make mistakes. And all they can do is rebuild themselves and find the right resources to continue on with their life.
What would you say your leadership is out here on the street? How do people look to you?
Well, I'm a handyman. I consider myself a handyman. I'm a universal. I help you clean your pampers, whatever, your mama, your daddy. I do it all. In life, you're going to have to take that obstacle when your older family members get sick and nobody want to take care of them, and you want your family member to be taken care of right. So it's hard. Some people don't want to take care of their family members. Some people do. But some people is greed, doing greed shit. When the main source of the family die and your family get discombobulated, that's where it hurt at. Like, where's the strength? Where's the hope? Once mom and them gone, like, where's the hope? There's no love in between the siblings, which is hateful, which is messed up. I don't know how to address it, but it's there.
Do you give the same wisdom you speaking today? Do you give it to the people out there?
I speak to the community every day. The kids love me. It's like I'm a celebrity out here. They call me exclusive. I'm exclusive to Bike Man. And they, listen, oh man, these kids, man, yo, I never saw it, but I love it. Because I was a little kid, and I still remember the old Indian man gave me my first quarter. You know what I mean? It's memories we keep and scribe, but some of us can't hold on because we don't have the right support to pull us up. But like I said, when the head of the family league, somebody supposed to pull up. Take the weight. You got to take the weight. Mama took that weight, so you take the weight. That's where the oldest come in at. But the oldest don't want it. The baby becomes the oldest. It's weird, but it's how we got to live.
What is the misunderstanding of addiction?
The misunderstanding of addiction because every addict ain't the same. You know what I mean? Everybody different. I'm not here to judge or point fingers. I am an addict. You know what I mean? And that's labeled. I'm good for that for the rest of my life. Will it go with me? Yeah, it go with me in the ground. You know what I mean? I'm here now. I can see, I can feel, and I can smell. That's all I'm happy with.
You mentioned Spike. What is Spike, and what do you compare it to today?
Spike is heroin. I consider it heroin today because they putting so much tranquilizer in it, you know, and everything, and you basically is the stunt dummy. You know what I mean? I've been smoking it for well over 15 years. You know, I started smoking in prison, though I was passing drug tests and shit, getting away with slipping and sliding. But as you get older, you ain't slipping and sliding but yourself. You know, and you got to work your way out of that addiction. That's all I can say.
What does it feel like when you start to detox?
Well, when you detox, well, I'm useful. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get in there and start sweating and shit. You hear me? I want to lead the program. That's when the attitude switches because the drug is coming out of your system. But I advise if everybody in different locations, you got to go out of your location. That's the only way you're gonna get clean. Out of your location, different people, different places.
Is Spike hard to kick?
Spike is not hard to kick. I'm just keep it real. Sit your ass in a program. 28 days come out and life begins again. It ain't like you. It's a heroin drug, but it ain't shooting no needle in your veins. It's whether you gotta have it, you know. But I wish you well on your recovery and everything. But stick and stay with it. That's all.
What's your biggest heartache? What's something that makes you sad on a daily, Even if you snap out of it, what's one thing you go to sleep with every night?
I go to sleep with these people sleeping outside. I feel the cold as I'm walking in my apartment. So as an employee of a shelter or as an employee of any institutions, you know what I mean, they should be mindful where those counselors supposed to be helping, not being in the beauty parlor thinking they, cute. It's time to help people. That's all I'm saying.
So you got a real heart for the people.
Yeah. I used to have my house open. Management came to my house and said, well, I leave my doors open. For real. And I left them open 5 years. Because I said, if somebody going to kill me, it's no matter if that door open or locked. They're going to get me. So it ain't time for me to go. You know what I mean? Because I don't carry myself like that.
So you like a safe haven?
Yeah. But the safe haven is in the jam right now, and I got to get this back rent together so I can get out of the safe haven.
I understand.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to hold you much longer, man. I got 2 more questions for you. What do you say to Little Exclusive coming up the ranks today? If you had a message to give to the old you or the new you coming up, what would you say to them?
Pay attention. Take your time and listen. You know what I mean? You got to listen. I don't care how heated the argument is. As a black person, our arguments be heated. You hear me? But, man, that's a rough one, man. Just all I can say is just pray, man, to get up out of that addiction. That's all I can say. For real.
On a high note, what did you want to be as a kid, man?
I wanted to be a firefighter. I took the test twice, failed it, and after that, I started going to criminal behavior. You know what I mean? I tried. I was a good kid. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a good kid. I'm always be a good kid to me, but I'm just a lovable person today. You know what I mean? That's all I can give. What I got during my lifetime is to give back. Addicted addict, you in the world by yourself. You feel your family, no one loves you, everybody against you. Eyes be watching as you walking down the street. Everybody know you're an addict. Everybody know you get high. There's nothing you can creep about. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is admit. You know what I mean? You're powerless over some shit you never had before. You heard me? But it's programs for that, where you can help. For the little me, take your time, man. Understand this shit. Life on life terms, it'll catch up to you. You'll figure it out as it go by. With that, I'm clear.
When I'm thinking about Exclusive, I think here is this giant who always desired to have family, who always wanted to be surrounded by community. Even living in the low-level, poverty-stricken projects that he lived in, he described it as a place where love is. He described it as an amusement park where he was embraced and he was loved. And everything turned around when he lost his best friend. When his best friend died, he didn't know how to move on. And he chose all the wrong paths. But then he gets to think about or talk about how he was in prison. And he described his prison experience as one being embraced by a brotherhood. So wherever he went, he wanted to be embraced. He loved that feeling of community. Even when he was attacked and almost lost his life, he was trying to protect someone that couldn't defend themselves. And he was outnumbered. And as I see him today, he still is circled around community, good, bad, or indifferent. Even in the circle he tends to hang around, they still come to him for advice. And he still is able to get some people to listen. Exclusive has a heart. He's literally a gentle giant who is still trying to find his way. These are the people that I want to befriend and want them to know that they are not alone. Let's keep Darnell in our prayers and in our thoughts that one day he'll figure it all out. You've been listening to A Seat at the Curb. A Seat at the Curb was created and produced by Yulon Jones. Audio engineer, Tom Zaradnik. All rights reserved, 2026. I'm Yulon Jones. To reach me, simply go to rescuemissionalliance.org. That's rescuemissionalliance.org.
Hey, Rev!